Hi. Not long ago, I made a video in which I commented some of what were considered the hardest songs to play on drums. Not very satisfied with the choices on the list, I have decided to make my own selection. However, I thought it was easier to list bands instead of individual songs. I'm planning on making this a sort of running series, so please leave your suggestions on the comments. I'll be sure to include them in another episode, if I think they make the cut. First of all, two things. I will not rank the bands in this or any upcoming list, meaning number 1 isn't necessarily better than number 2 or number 3. And second, I'm skipping two obvious choices for now, which are Meshuggah and Tool. We've heard enough about them, we know they're awesome. Anyways, if you'd like me to analyze the drumming part of these bands, let me know. Fine, number 1, the Dillinger Escape Plan. This is one of my favorite bands ever. Not only are they the grandfathers of mathcore, but they continued making great music for almost 20 years. Along their career, they evolved a lot as musicians, but the ultra-complex, aggressive yet balanced sound was always still present. The band has had 3 different drummers, but by far my favorite performance has been by Jill Sharon on their album Ironworks, my favorite material by the Dillinger Escape Plan. This album, and any of them for that matter, is filled with very chaotic, spastic drum patterns that most likely will take a few listens before getting right. And in between we have softer, more defined sounds that are reminiscent of classic progressive rock and modern jazz. Part of what I love about Dillinger is the variation between each track, because they might go from this to this in the same album, so there's always something for everyone. What can we learn from the Dillinger Escape Plan? First of all, the fact that you don't have to be fast to be challenging or interesting. That complexity is better when it is paced and justified, as it is more impactful. And naturally many crazy concepts which you know I love, such as polyrhythms, polymeters, odd time signatures and syncopation. What is the best showcase of their talent? Probably the song When I Lost My Bet, drums by Rymer. He's actually got a playthrough of the piece and damn. Number 2, Hella. This is a math rock and noise rock project, which consists mainly on 2 members, guitarist Spencer Syme and drummer Zach Hale. Today Zach Hale is probably best known for playing drums in experimental hip-hop band Death Grips, but Hella was hella different. The first album is a great example of what made the duo so unusual. It was very primitive in terms of production. There was only the drums and the guitar into the mix. No bass, no overdubbing, no nothing. It's just what it is. And interestingly enough, this is what allows us to truly appreciate the work of Zach Hale in the record. It's always so dynamic and energetic. I mean it, those drums are being punished. What's fascinating about Zach's work is its apparently endless display of imagination in those fills which seem to never repeat, and the way he creates very interesting rhythmic patterns even in simple time signatures. So what can we learn about Hella? After listening to the band, it was very obvious for me that you don't need fancy production or excessive arrangements to make fresh and interesting music. To be frank, Hella is very jazz in that sense. Their showcase song, Biblical Violence, definitely. There's a live version on YouTube. I'll leave the link at the description. Number 3, Psyopus, so you've guessed it. The series will have lots and lots of mathcore, but that's only natural in it. So Psyopus was a mathcore and avant-garde metal band led by guitarist and main composer Chris Arp, as he has been pretty much in charge of the music since forever. Drum parts have always been very similar, regardless of having numerous drummers, but the clearest, most impressive display of drumming is found on the third album Odd Senses, performed by Jason Bauer. As expected, the music is rife with insane, almost schizophrenic drum patterns that are unmatched even in the mathcore scene. One of the key elements on the drums, I think, is this 3-note pattern which is found on virtually every song. It has a stop-start feel to it, which makes the music even more fragmented. And of course there are these unbelievably fast sections which really honor the term drum gymnastics. What can we learn about Psyopus? I think we can learn that, depending on our purpose, sometimes more definitely is better. Psyopus is perhaps the craziest, most ruthless mathcore band out there, and they are also very original. I mean, it's not all just generic tapping, no. They've got some real dark atmospheric songs such as Miss Shyflower, the showcase song. This one's difficult because all their songs are brutal, but okay, I'll go for Duct Tape Smile, which I think includes all the elements that make Psyopus, especially the drumming part, so special. So that's the end for now. What did you think of this list? What bands should I review next? Please let me know in the comment section. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.